Welcome back, you beautiful and crazy watch people. My name is Josh Town and this is the Town Watch, and I'm excited about today's video because it's my 2021 State of the Collection video. If you clicked on a video like this, you're probably like me and love a good State of the Collection video. I just love to see how a person's collection changes over time. And I have to say, since last year when I made my first State of the Collection video, my watch collection has changed quite a bit, and I think you're going to see that in today's video. The most notable change, of course, is that I obtained my Grail watch, a Cartier Santos, and I got it for free. If you haven't heard the story behind that, please go check out this video right here. My mind is still blown about it, and so that's the biggest change to my collection. I love where my collection is right now, but I feel that it might be a little boring and a little bland, and so I need your help to let me know if it needs to be spiced up a little bit as you watch this video. So when you come to the end, comment down below if you feel that it's a little bland, and comment what watch maybe I should add to spice it up a little bit. But without further ado, let's check out my collection. Alright, before I jump into my personal collection, I have a number of watches in my possession awaiting full review videos, and I wanted to quickly show them to you as a preview of what's to come on the channel. These are in no particular order, but the first is the new Baltic MR01. It's really a beautiful and stunning dress piece. Then there's the Bernard H. Mayer 150th anniversary piece. Next are a couple of unique chronograph watches from the brand Undone, both of these with that Seiko Mecha Quartz movement. Then there's a pair of field watches, one from Timex and one from Seiko, both with blue dials. And finally, there is a cool original design watch from San Martin that I'm really excited about and I've been really enjoying. So please stay tuned for a full review video of each of these in due time here on the channel. Now we'll check out my collection, starting with my favorite watch all the way down to my least favorite currently. So first off, you guessed it, is my Cartier Santos, or Santos, however you want to say it. And man, what can I say about this piece? It's stunning. I love it. And the story behind it and how I was gifted this watch is absolutely amazing. You have to hear it if you haven't already, so please go check out that background video. I think the Santos is a beautiful piece that can easily be worn for formal occasions or casually as well. I have worn it casually, but mainly I'm wearing it to church and more dressy occasions. I found the bezel to scratch very easily, and there are a lot of faint scratches on my bezel, but something I've been encouraged about is that in some light, those scratches don't show up too much, so I like that. The medium version, which I have, fits me perfectly, and I just love everything about this watch. Next is the 9/4 Culture Chronograph 2. It's a micro brand, and I have to say I've really been enjoying this watch. I reviewed a prototype and ended up buying one for myself after I reviewed it. The dial on this watch is fully luminous, and the Eastern Arabic indexes are right up my alley as someone who speaks Arabic. This watch uses that Seiko Mecha Quartz, and I encourage you to stay tuned for a full review of this one on my channel. Number 3 is my Orient TriStar Arabic dial on a Straps-Co oyster style bracelet that's admittedly a little dirty at the moment. Again, as someone who lived in the Middle East and speaks Arabic, I love Eastern Arabic dial watches, and I purchased this one on eBay for about $150 shipped from Saudi Arabia. Unfortunately though, I have not been wearing this much since I got my Santos, but it's not leaving my collection anytime soon. Next we have the Zodiac Sea Dragon, which was an awesome gift from my buddy Steve at the Watch Corner. Shout out to him. This is a quartz piece and I love the case shape. The bezel is awesome too. It's bi-directional and I love the vintage feel of this watch. Thanks again, Steve. Next is this fun little Casio watch, and I'll leave the reference number on the screen so you can see it there. It's quite a mouthful. Now, there are many versions of this A168 Casio and cheaper options than this one right here, but I picked this one up because of the blacked out look. I really like it, and the negative display is pretty good on this one even in daylight. I've yet to do a full review of this piece, but stay tuned for that. I'll tell you up front that this one is probably staying in my collection for a while. Next is the Orient Neo 70s Panda chronograph. This is another gift watch, this time from my friend Matt at Rock the Watch. Shout out to him. This watch also has that Mecha quartz from Seiko. I think this is an overall good looking piece, though the legibility in my opinion is lacking on this watch. Nevertheless, it won't be leaving my collection. Thanks again, Matt. Next up is my Casio World Time, or the Casio Royale as some people call it. This is a great, cheap, grab and go piece that can usually be found for about 20 bucks. I typically wear this watch casually during the course of a normal day or for light work around the house or something like that. Next is my real work watch for tough and dirty jobs. It's my Casio ProTrek PRG 270, and as you can see, it's had its fair share of wear and tear, and it's helped me complete a few paint projects. This was the very first watch I purchased in the hobby. It's the OG in my collection, and I still love it. It's a great solar-powered ABC watch. Next is the second watch I purchased in the hobby, my Citizen Nighthawk on a mesh bracelet. This is discontinued in this configuration, and by now this watch is pretty much an iconic pilot's watch that everyone knows about. I still enjoy it and don't think it will leave the collection, but honestly, I don't wear it too often. Next are two versions of the same watch, the Citizen ProMaster Tough. The black one here is on an aftermarket bracelet. Now, last year in my State of the Collection video, this watch was at the top of the list. It was one that I wore often. It was one of my go-to watches, but this year these really haven't been getting the wrist time that they did last year, and I'm actually thinking of possibly letting them go. It feels somewhat strange to even say that because I love these. They're tough. I love the solar-powered Eco Drive, and I really think they look great, but I think they're slightly large for my twig wrists, especially that lug-to-lug distance, which I believe is over 50 millimeters. Perhaps I'll do a series of torture tests on the original version before I let these go. We'll have to wait and see. Last in the collection is my Ball pocket watch. I really enjoy the Ball watch company as a whole. If you've watched my channel for any length of time, you know that is the case. They do some cool stuff, and this pocket watch is pretty neat, but it just sits around. It doesn't do anything. I don't carry it with me. I don't use it, so I'm thinking to actually sell it. I think it's a cool vintage inspired piece. It even has sapphire crystal, but I'm not sure how much of a pocket watch guy I am. So what do you guys think of my humble watch collection? Do you think it's a little boring, a little bland with all of those black and white dial watches? I kind of feel that way, and if you feel the same, please let me know which watch I could add to my collection to spice it up a bit. Leave those down in the comments below. And if you're interested in any of the watches that I have in my collection, I'll leave links down in the description where you can purchase those watches. And if I have a review on it, I'll also leave my review in the description below. Also, if you're interested in my watch box, it's a pretty reasonably priced watch box that I found on Amazon. I'll leave the link to that down in the description also. Hope you enjoyed my 2021 State of the Collection video. If you did, please let us know by hitting that like button. It really helps out. Please leave your comments down below. which watch in my collection do you like the best, and which watch can I add to maybe spice up my collection? Leave those comments down below. I'd love to interact with you down there. Thanks for tuning in today. I think that's it for this video. We'll see you next time here on The Town Watch.